in association with Capital One, we give you. That's quite. In association with Capital One, the credit card that supports the supporters. Ian Dowie, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, Ian.
Morning, Ian.
Doing very well.
All right, matey. How are you? I understand you're moving house, which is a miserable time for a man.
Oh.
Well, it's a very miserable time for a man. I've got to say, I'm even shocked myself with the disgraceful suits I found in the loft. So
what's lurking there, Ian? What's lurking? Go on, talk us.
There's all sorts lurking. You won't even believe this. And you may remember a lad called Nadal, a centre half who used to play for Spain. Well, and
yes.
I swapped shirts with him many moons ago. He was a very muscular centre half, and the squirrel had eaten right through the middle of his shirt. So from the
wait a second, a squirrel's eaten through the shirt.
Squirrel had got into my roof space and eaten through the shirt.
No. God, do you know what? When
Actually, I think I had one of my spare ones, and I think he just ignored mine and went for the better quality player, obviously.
I'll tell you what, though, Ian, who could have known that moment when you swapped shirts that day? Who could have known what that shirt's fate would be? You know?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure it was already predetermined.
What you reckon? He actually whipped it off, did a little trick, and actually gave you a pre-holed shirt. Ian, it's very rare I can say this to a man, but you sort of teed it up. Talk us through some of the suits you got.
Well, I've got to say, there's some, you know, lapels that are probably as wide as the M25. It's that sort of size.
As wide as the shoulder.
Yeah, they are. In fact, I'm a little bit worried because there was one suit with padding in the shoulder.
Oh.
Okay, actually, do you know what? Thinking about it, you know it was Nadal's shirt. You know it was Nadal's shirt.
Yeah.
Well, he's Rafa Nadal, the tennis player's uncle, so you might have lost a bit of kind of derivative value off that.
You know, yeah, absolutely. It won't be the first time I've lost a bit of derivative value. So.
Did you have a good game against him?
Yeah, well, I mean, as usual, we actually, I think we went 1-0 up, and you remember a lad called Butcher Graney got a hat-trick, so we lost 4-1, but as usual in Northern Ireland away, I probably touched the ball about 3 times and probably just flicked them on, so not my finest hour, I would say.
No, but I tell you what it is, though, it seems moving house has provided you with so many fine hours, which is a bit of a tenuous link. You've moved a lot, you must be really good at it, Ian. I mean, you've gone there, Luton, Fulham, West Ham, Southampton, Palace. Actually, you're moving around London a bit, actually, aren't you? So
yeah, you're right. I haven't moved that often, even when I've been managing. I've sort of kept that base in the north, so I've been good at living out of a suitcase. But this time it's a permanent move. We're moving out of a house and moving into a rented place. So that's going to be for our tenure for another 18 months. So
when you did move around London, did you stay in the same house always? Did you always have the same base?
Yeah, basically, I lived just in Harpenden was where my base was. So
is that why you never went up north?
No, well, I mean, listen, I'm now a northerner. I now live in the wild, just about 45 minutes from the Lake District. So it's I'm a Wainwright disciple.
Okay. Ian, what's your match day preparation? Tell us about it as a player.
Player was eat as little as possible. So get up a banana. And
get up a banana.
Bran flakes.
I'll get up a banana. But don't quote me on that. Disgusting, you filthy man.
Bran flakes.
I wouldn't touch the bananas.
And then I would walk to the paper shop and get that, and I would. It sounds bizarre. Probably looks a bit of a weirdo. I would jog and stretch on the way back and do some just limbering up, and then I would have to find two. If I seen one magpie, I'd have to spend hours. In fact, I have been known to leave it about 3 hours before kickoff, just in case I see a spare magpie. Now
I'm really magpie superstitious. I've looked up the rules of this. You can see them I think in Brewer's Dictionary of Phrase and Fable.
You only have to salute once, don't you?
You salute once, no, but it's also you can accumulate the magpies you see on the same walk is allowable.
Well, not on the same day.
No, you don't. It doesn't matter at the same time. No, you can. They're accumulated. So it was during one walk. If you saw one magpie, it was unlucky. So you have got time. There is a window as long as it's the same journey. That might reassure the magpie vulnerable out there.
Yeah. I've got to say, the trouble is, I carried on with that superstition even if I had a stinker. It didn't matter. You know, I could have been absolutely horrible. I've seen 2 magpies and I thought I'm bound to play well. It never quite turned out. So it was obviously a bit of a myth. But I wasn't a put my socks on right, put my socks on left. I wasn't one of them. I didn't take time doing that. Put my left before my right. So generally it was just the magpies, and then really go and create as much much violence as I can against the centre half.
Yeah, it was generally unlucky for him. Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, so
And
you see...
depending who hadn't seen the Magpie, the more violence it was.
Yeah, nice. What a lovely way to describe the beautiful game that you played,
Yes,
Ian.
that's
And what you brought to the English pitch.
Ian, when you played for Hendon.
Yes, good memory.
Straight out of Hendon.
That's where the police training centre is,
Yes,
isn't it?
it was.
Were there a lot of coppers used to come and watch you?
Well, you won't believe this, actually, in the league at the time, we used to play against Met Police at Imber Court, alright, which was the most stunning sports facility in non-league at the time. It had a sunken bath that you went into after the game.
Nice.
You know,
Imber Court,
you had to be very careful you didn't bump into a truncheon or two in that bath, let me tell you.
I bet you, especially if you got a banana up.
Absolutely.
It's going to be like, that's really quite a congested place there.
It
Put them
was.
down, they're Ian's bananas.
Correct.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch those, mate. Easy, that's my truncheon. Ian, how does your match day diet differ from when you played to when you managed? What do you start the day with as a manager?
Yeah, well, management was much less, worried about it. Although, I always liked, for some reason, wanted to be hungry when you turn up. I don't know why I did that, but I did. But I would be at the ground.
No, why did you want to be hungry?
I've got no idea. I've been at many a club where we made sure there was food in the office after for the opposition manager, and I've been at a club or two where you get in there and for about 3 or 4 weeks from the job, I was wondering why is all this food gone? I didn't realise that the chairman was coming early having a glass of red and polishing off the chicken wings.
That is also disgusting.
Wait a second, that's a classy night. That's
Polishing
a
off
classy
the
night
chicken
round at
wings.
the Dowies.
Wings,
Yes,
sports,
a glass of wine.
wine.
Yeah, a glass of wine and polishing off the wings.
Yeah, but listen, hot wings. I mean,
love it. I love
man
it.
against food, man versus food wings. That sort of heat.
Oh,
One of my favourite shows, although he's got some complaint, he can't eat anymore. Adam, the guy from Man vs. Food.
Yeah,
I just
that's
wanted
why
to
he
see
had to
his
go
I'm
videos.
not
He's lost a
surprised.
lot of weight.
Yeah, well, he's got. Did he get diabetes or something? I don't know. Let's not talk about that now. The point is, beer, wings, sports. Sorry, I had an advert for
maybe you could get Capital One wings sponsored by them.
Oh.
What? The credit card that supports supporters.
Yeah,
If Capital One made, if Capital One,
Capital One hot wings, what about that?
God, you're on message, Ian. Do you want to join us every week? Can we talk to you every week?
Ian, can I just ask you one question?
You can.
You're probably most famous for getting Crystal Palace up when they totally weren't expected to get promoted, but also for scoring that brilliant own goal from a corner. When you scored that, did you think you were at the other end, or was it just an unlucky connection?
It did look so intentional.
Well, I've got to say, I'd like to blame Ludo McCloskey as a goalkeeper, but I lost it in the lights, tried to head it over just out for a corner and just got it all wrong. You won't also believe that in that game, I broke my leg 10 minutes later, tried to play on, had to go off eventually, and then walked off past a load of West Ham fans who were less than on the own goal. So I was a barrage of spit greeted me as I walked down the tunnel.
That's nice. Could I ask you, was that a one Magpie day?
I think, do you know what? I think it probably was, Adam.
It was a
It probably
pigeon
was.
day.
It sounds like it.
He got spat on.
Ian, I know, of course he did.
A
But
barrage of
I
spat.
remember when you were in Ian's world, it's like a punk gig. He just goes out there, it's violence, and he gets spat on.
Yeah.
It's always like 70.
Yeah.
It's always like 77 with Ian, especially when he's got a banana up.
Getting spat on while you've got a broken leg must be a pretty miserable experience.
Did you know
Very
you'd
miserable.
broken your leg? Did you know I'm going to carry on? Was it like Bert Troutman?
Well, I didn't know I broke my leg, so I tried to run again, and after about 4 or 5 little steps, I realised, tried to carry on a little bit longer,
Yeah,
thought
you
it'd
knew
go away.
something
and it just
was
didn't. Knew something was up.
Yeah.
And also, what happens, I knew I'd broke my leg because my touch had improved. So.
The touch improved. You were less inclined to be violent. My last question is, because we've got to go to a break here, the very last question. Ian, as a manager,
Yes.
you always, I notice, you like to wear football boots when you go out there.
Absolutely, yeah.
Why is that? I mean, you don't need it in that little AstroTurf box. I just wonder what's the. Do you just feel like you're getting to the match day mood more?
Part of the team.
No, well, I was running manager. I like to work with the back four just before the game, so I'd go out on the pitch and work
Okay.
just 5 or 6 minutes, and I'd just keep them on. It's just the way I like to be. I thought it was no reason. I mean, probably because I had them terrible suits I was talking about.
I was going to
so
say,
I'd
do you ever
rather
wear the
have
football boots with a suit? I think
That was really
that's
easy
it's the combo I really want to see, is football boots and a
yeah.
suit. Ian Dowie, thank you so much
Top man,
for
Johnny,
joining
take
us. You take care of yourself. Ladies and
Take care.
gentlemen, we have just met Ian Dowie!